Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Aisha Nazir. Welcome to the series of virtual memory. This is the second part of virtual memory in which we will discuss two techniques of organizing virtual memory. The one is the segmentation and the other is paging. What is paging and what is segmentation? Why we use these two techniques to organize the virtual memory? What are the advantages and disadvantages of these two techniques? Which technique is most commonly used nowadays in computers? Let's explore the answers of these questions. So, the virtual memory is a memory management technique of operating system which solves the problem of memory shortage of RAM by using hardware and software, the combination of both, in such a way that it transfers programs from physical memory, that is RAM, to logical memory, that is virtual memory. Operating system use a section of hard disk and acts as a random access memory temporarily. It means that operating systems takes a section of hard disk and make it RAM and saves unused program or processes that are not currently in use, moves to that memory which name is virtual memory. So there are two ways to manage the virtual memory. The one is paging and the second one is segmentation. First, we will explore the segmentation and after that we will see the paging. So, what is segmentation? When we want to run a program, we load it into RAM memory. These programs are of different sizes. We know that Microsoft Word has different size, Excel has different size, Photoshop has different size. All these programs takes different space in memory. So all programs are variant in sizes. Program occupies RAM memory according to their sizes. For example, the graphical programs like Photoshop and high graphics videos and audios, it takes more space as compared to the Microsoft Word file as the document file because the graphics are more heavier as compared to the text file. So for each process, operating system only knows from where it is start and the actual size of the program. To create ROM space for new programs to run or execute, we have to shift some programs from RAM to virtual memory when RAM is full. In case of RAM shortage, we have to shift some programs that are not currently in use to the virtual memory so that the other programs, new programs, can get space in RAM for execution. Any program that is not functioning currently, operating system will decide to move that program to virtual memory from RAM. In segmented memory, each process is atomic. It can't split into smaller units. Either the process will go in RAM full or none will go in RAM. We cannot split the program into smaller modules, into smaller units. In segmented memory, we have to execute the full program. Either we will execute, either we will load the full program or none of the part it will be loaded. Each program process known as segment in the segmented memory. For example, if we have a Word file, then that document is a segment. If we have an Excel file, then that spreadsheet is another segment. If we have to open Internet Explorer, then this is another segment. So all the processes, all the programs that will run in the computer are known as segments. Segments swapped between RAM or disk. We know that on disk we create the virtual space, we create the virtual memory, we create the logical memory. So the segment, when the RAM is full, so few segments that are not currently in use will move to the disk in the virtual memory. Segments are logically division of memory. Segment can be of different sizes according to the program, according to the process. Each segment is different in size. A segment will only be replaced by those segments which are of equal size or smaller than the segment in RAM. What does it mean? In the next slide we will discuss it in detail. Segmentation leads to memory fragmentation. A lot of small gaps will be there between the segments. That is a wastage of memory. So in this way, memory wasted more as compared to the paging technique. Large segments have to wait a lot to get into the memory because large segments occupies more space in the RAM. So they need proper space. If the space is less than the required segment demand, then the segment will have to wait. It will never be loaded into the RAM. This is a segmented virtual memory. In the RAM, you can see that P1 is a bigger segment as compared to the P2 and P3. P1 occupies 5 GB space in RAM, while P2 occupies 2 GB, P3 occupies same 2 GB space, while P4 occupies only 1 GB space in RAM. So all the processes, all the segments take space in RAM according to their sizes. All segments are of different sizes. There is no any uniformity between the processes. All have different sizes. The operating system only knows the starting point of the segment and the size of the segment. This is the hard disk. Suppose if there is another segment, that is P5, it needs 2 GB space. Then it needs RAM to execute. Now what will happen? In this situation, operating system will take a small section of hard disk and convert it into virtual memory that will act as a RAM for temporary basis. And then the second process operating system will do is it will see all the segments that space is equal to GB or more than 2 GB. If the segments are free, if the windows are minimized that are not currently in use, then it will move that files, that segment temporarily onto the virtual memory. And it will move P5, process 5 segment to the RAM so that it gets space into the RAM and it executes properly. As you can see that operating system created a virtual memory in the hard disk. It occupies a space of hard disk that will act as RAM temporarily. It moves P5 that was in virtual memory into RAM, and the P2 that occupies 2 GB that was of equal size will move to the virtual memory just because it was not currently in use. So in this way, the segments swap between the RAM and the hard disk. frequently. There is an important point which we must notice there. There are some scenarios in which there is a gap between the segments. There is a fragmentation between the segments which leads to memory fragmentation. As we can see in the next slide, here is a RAM in which it has P1, P2 and P4. But this is the space, this is 1 GB space is unused. It will be filled only in that case when there is a process, when there is a segment of 1 GB, or when the P1 moves to virtual memory or P2 moves to virtual memory, or P1 or P2 completes its tasks and it removes from RAM. So operating system will move old programs that are at least equal or bigger to the new program to virtual memory to create space for the new programs to execute. As you can see that. So here the P3 is a segment that occupies 2 GB space, but here is no any space. So it will move either P1 or P4 or P2 that are equals to or greater than the P3 segment that requires 2 GB space. P3 can never be sent into RAM. Let's sum up the segmentation. Segmentation is a technique of organizing the RAM and using the virtual memory in such a way in which different segments takes space in RAM according to their sizes. Segmented virtual memory leads to memory fragmentation. There are small chunks remains unused between the different starting and ending points of different segments. The larger programs has to wait a long time to load into the RAM, because when the space will free in the RAM, then it will load into the RAM. Otherwise, it will have to wait a long time. So this is all about the segmented virtual memory. To tackle all these drawbacks of segmented virtual memory, developers develop another techniques that is known as paging, that resolve not only these all problems but also provide us more better memory management technique. So paging, first of all we have to know that why we need paging technique. What was the reason behind that we need the other technique instead of using the segmentation? When we open a program, it resides on hard disk. We know that. But it will never execute until we load it into the RAM. So to execute the program, we have to move program from hard disk to physical memory, that is random access memory. When programs load from secondary storage, that is hard disk, to primary storage, that is RAM, that is known as process. A program that loads from secondary storage to primary storage known as process. For example, if we have 10 GB non-contiguous space in RAM, as we have seen in the previous segmented section that there was non-contiguous space in RAM, while a process requires 3 GB contiguous memory space, then the process will never get space or never allocated space in memory. So it has to wait longer, right? As in the segmented memory, we see that the larger application has to wait more as compared to the smaller ones. So here the concept of paging introduced this problem known as standard fragmentation. As the name suggests, standard fragmentation, it fragments, it split the memory into equal sizes. So this is an example of paging virtual memory in which the RAM and the virtual memory both will be divided into equal sizes, that is usually a 4 KB. In paging, secondary storage is divided into equal uniform blocks, fragments of memory. These fragments in secondary storage is known as paging, means these all uniform blocks in hard disk known as paging. While on the other hand, same size block created in primary memory, in RAM, and here they are known as frames. Frame size is equal to the size of pages. This is a compulsion for paging memory management that the sizes of RAM and hard disk would be of same sizes, that would be equal to 4 KB. Each would be equal to 4 KB. This is known as paging technique. A single process is divided into number of pages. In segmented memory, we never split the process. We divide the memory according to their sizes. But in paging, here we split the process into a smaller number of pages that are equal of 4 KB. Now it follows concept of non-contiguous memory locations. As in the segmented memory, we follow the contiguous memory location because a full process load into the memory. Either it loads or none of the part loads. If there is space in the memory, then the entire process will be loaded into the RAM. But if there is less space, then none of the part of the process will be loaded into the memory. While on the other hand, in paging, we split the application into smaller chunks, into smaller frames, into number of pages, and then we load these pages according to the memory available on the RAM. Process that occupies 5 pages in secondary storage can easily get 5 free frames in primary memory at different places. So in this way, there is no wastage of memory. Paging is physical division of memory, as segmented memory is the logical division of memory. As you can see in this picture, this is the RAM. In the RAM, the total memory is divided into equal size blocks. While on the other hand, in the hard disk, in the virtual memory, the same equal sizes of frames will be created. On the hard disk side, it calls paging, while on the RAM side, it calls page frames. So each program is broken down into a number of small pages of same size of 4 KB. So here is each frame is of equal to 4 KB. Each page may have a full program or a part of a program, or maybe a part is in physical location and other part is on logical location. So for this, we create a page table that is used to maintain, that contain information about which physical location mapped to which logical location. Page table basically contains information about different pages of a program at RAM. It stores that a program's which number of pages are stored on RAM and which number of pages are stored on hard disk. So moving a page from RAM to virtual memory is known as page out. Why we do the page out? Just to create space, room for other applications. While on the other hand, loading file on RAM from virtual memory, this is known as page in. Why we do the page in? When the RAM has free space or when the RAM requires those pages to perform the operation, then it will request the virtual memory to load to send these files into the RAM. This is called as page in. So there is so much paging activity that slow down the computer speed and performance. This is called disk thrashing. In paging, there is no restriction of contiguous memory, which is a big advantage of paging. So let's summarize paging. Paging technique divides memory into sections or paging files, normally of 4 KB each. When processes moves from physical location to virtual location, then operating system convert these processes into page files and attached a fixed size address with each page file that stores in page table. When we maximize or open the closed or minimized program again, then operating system copy the address and sends back file to RAM memory. Operating system only loads that files from virtual memory to RAM when we need them or when there is a space for those files in RAM. So we can easily access and load new programs with the help of virtual memory, and in paging there is no wastage of memory, but at the same time there is a lot of paging activity between the physical memory and the logical memory, which slow down the system, which affects the speed. So let's see which technique is better. Either the paging is better or the segmented memory is better. What's your suggestion? Let's explore. In segmented memory, full program of code is available for processor to perform operations, which speed up the computer and performance. While on the other hand, in paging, processor have to look up page table to gather information from the paging file or the frames that saves on the RAM or virtual memory, which slow down the system. Segmentation causes the fragmentation of free memory. It wastes the free memory. While in paging, there is no memory fragmentation. It uses free memory very well. In segmented memory, large applications have to wait long to get memory, to get free space in RAM. While in paging, large application divided into small frames, and when small frames get easily spaced into the RAM. Paging leads to fragmentation of processes, which slow down the processing, while in segmentation there is no fragmentation of processes. Segmented memory is not common, while Windows normally used paged memory. So the paged memory is more recommended nowadays, and it's more better than the segmented memory. But nowadays the latest technology uses the hybrid memory management, which has a combination of paged and segmented memory. Each segment consists of fixed size of pages. It means the latest processor arranged the memory by using both technique, that is known as hybrid memory management. So this is all about the segmented or paged memory. Here is the assignment. You have to create a Word file and mention the advantages and disadvantages of segmented and paged memory separately. This is all about the today's lecture. Thank you very much.